All right, we're back again for another OVR weekly shooting drill. This one we're moving up to an advanced and a black level. There's several reasons why this is advanced shooting, and one of it is because you're firing about 65 rounds. Another reason is there's a lot of small targets, and there's some strategy involved in this. So you actually very rarely are going to be able to run through this on one run the very first time. You're going to have to kind of see where the targets are. This is a course that comes standard with the system, and we like it. We think it's a great course. It really helps work on reloading at certain times, because you certainly need to reload at given points as you're moving from stage to stage. There are 9 separate stages here, and your standard tan targets, whether it be a silhouette or an octagon, you're double tapping. Your standard steel white targets, you're hitting once. Some of those are droppers. The poppers will drop. Others are just plates that you're hitting, and you'll hear the metal ting. You also have a run of plates side to side that will drop as you hit those. So, with this is again a great drill just to kind of work on sort of seeing how you would move through a drill, through a course. And again, the shooting is you got to be accurate on your shooting. But there's also a timer involved that calculates your hit factor, which is a score based on your time and your speed, or excuse me, your overall speed, your time, and your accuracy. So on the first stage, it starts with just a simple double tap on a tan target and a white popper. Moving to your second stage, you have this close tan target that in general you want to engage your tan targets first, and you want to engage those that are closer and then work your way to distance. Some people would argue work distance to close, but in self-defense type situations, your bigger threat typically is going to be your closer target. So you decide what way you want to go, but in this case you have the closer tan, you have another tan a little bit farther down, and then you have 2 poppers. Each of those poppers is actually a trigger. So one popper you'll shoot, you'll then have a target that's going to move, pop in and out on you. Your other one, you're going to have a tan target that will pop up, but then a white target will pop up right in front. So if you can fire fast enough, you can hit that tan target before the white comes up. If not, then you're going to have to be even more accurate, because you're only going to have a little section of that tan to hit. And then that also engages a second target. You can sort of see it behind the screen, that then is just going to go in and out on you. This next stage starts with just your standard tan target double tapping and 6 poppers that are just at different distances, different angles. So typically slow down a little bit to hit these to get a little bit more accurate. One of these is a trigger that then you'll see a target on your right-hand side where this fence is, this post, that you're going to see a target that's going to swing in and out on you. You're going to have to hit as it swings out. At this waypoint, you can see your plates all the way in the back, your steel plates that you can engage, but you also have 3 small plates right in front of the tire about halfway on the screen. You have to engage those 3 small plates, and then you also have another popper next to it and your tan target. If you shoot that popper first, that's actually a trigger that will raise that tan target up, and it'll block your other 2 plates. So if you shoot the popper first, you're not going to be able to hit the plates. You're not going to be able to continue with the course. At this waypoint, you have 3 round and 3 square plates all the way down, and you can see they're pretty small. They're tight hits that you have to shoot around the barrel, but you also have a tan target just at the bottom. You can barely see that you're going to have to engage. Moving on to this waypoint, you've got your tans, and you got another white popper. You hit that popper, the tan is going to raise to get a little bit better shot for you. This is the second to last waypoint, and again, you just have 5 poppers that are just different distances, and so your first 1 or 2 probably going to hit pretty quick. Slow yourself down a little bit to get a little bit more accurate on the next 3 that are farther away. Your final stage is going to be this one with 2 octagonal targets. So you're going to double tap each one. Again, typically engage your close one, move on to your far one. So now we can get into one of the biggest benefits here at OVR, the benefit of being able to break down the entire drill and watch where each round hits, check the times. Here you can see an overview at the end of the course, tells you what my actual hit factor is, which it calculates for you. Gives my overall score at 317, my overall time at 55 seconds, and then the total number of hits of 65 and misses 13. And then you can see there's no penalties and no missed hits either at this point. Certainly there could be improvement given that there was 13 misses, but those were pretty much all on those little white targets, the little steel that were in the distance. This brings us to what I believe is one of the most important aspects of our system. We can analyze each shot or group of shots. In this instance, we look at the target and we can see where both hits are on the target. The green dot is the current hit that we're looking at, but you can also see that there's a dark dot for another shot that's on there for the double tap on this particular target. We can also move on to this review of the shots to see we're at target stop number 3, and 13 shots were fired at this stop. If you take a look at shot number 7, you can see that it's a miss, and it was fired at 7.27 seconds. It also had the longest split time at this stop of 1.23 seconds. It doesn't really make sense initially that the longest time taken between shots was also a miss, until you were able to look at each part and realize that that was a moving target. So I had to wait to take a good shot, but still end up missing on it. For this view, we are looking at an overview of this particular stop or stage. You can see where all the targets are arranged. Like before, we can see each shot here at the target stop 4. There's 10 total shots, splits of about 0.5 to 0.7 seconds, with the exception of that 10th shot. That's about 1.78 seconds. That's also the farthest target, which tracks with taking my time to be able to aim.